Welcome to Trading Lounge and the European indices for the 17th of February, starting with the DAX on the monthly chart here. We can see that we've got wave 1 and 2 here, 5 waves up here for wave 3, back for wave 4, and we're going up for wave 5. So we've got wave 1 and 2 here, so we're in the third wave here. So let's go from the monthly to the weekly and move in on that. So wave 4 here, wave 1 here, wave 2 here, and we're looking up for wave 3 here. So we're counting 5 waves in this particular sequence here, and with all of this here. Now what we need to do is need to work out from wave 4 here to wave 5 here. There's a possibility that wave 5 top is practically in at the moment, but we also need to be a little bit mindful that wave 5 could extend up a little further, because first of all, wave 1 here, the length of wave 1 here, which is this one here, just roughly with this yardstick here. So wave 2 here, so it leaves wave 3 reasonably, it's not shorter at this stage, but it's still short overall. We'd expect it to be, its personality. If we go back to the monthly chart here for a second, we can see here that the third wave here and this third wave from wave 2 to wave 3 here, and it's quite a size. So this is kind of its fingerprint. If we get the extension in wave 3 here, then wave 1 and wave 5 will be roughly the same. So we can see that the fingerprint of this market, or footprint, or DNA, or whatever, personality, has this wave 3 as extended. I mean, of course, we're in wave 5, so it's not going to what we see here is not what we're going to get over here, but technically we'll be taking out this top here, which we are at the moment here. But still, I expect wave 3, based on its personality, to be a bit longer than what we've got here so far on the weekly here. But let's just take it step by step. We just got to stay with the wave structure and stay with the evidence. And if it's going to push higher, then we need to look at it pushing higher. So on the daily chart here, from wave 2 here, we're looking at wave 1 and 2. And wave 3 and 4 here, and then up for wave 5 here. So wave 5 can be pretty close to being in here. We need to acknowledge that here as wave 3 being in here. So we'll look at this situation here, but also too, I think that we'll also look for this to extend higher as well. So let's just go in and sort that out. So on the 4-hour chart here, if it was going to end here, then it would need to be like this here. So wave 1 here and 2 here and 3 here and 4 here, and then wave 5 needs to be shorter because the extension's in wave 1 here, and wave 3 is quite short, so wave 5 needs to be shorter than wave 1 here, wave 3 here. So it's possible that it can take us as wave 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here, just a bit high, but leaving it shorter than this structure here. So that's roughly there. In Australia, we say near enough is good enough. So that's because we get too much sunshine. So it's got to be shorter than that, really. That's what we're looking at it for it to be that. And we need to count 5 waves up for that. The other count here, which I'll just take it into this one here, from the low of wave 4 here, so 3, 4 here. The other count here that I kind of like as well, it's just not in line with the rest of the world, that's all. But maybe that needs to change. But I have a count like this for the S&P as well. So, and I just, as always, we just need to stay with the evidence, and it's that, Otherwise we'll get into the guessing game. We can look at all these different patterns and eliminate them one by one by staying with the evidence. So in this case, wave 1 here and 2 here, and then then looking for a longer third wave in here of 5 waves, which would be 1 and 2, and then in this section would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. So realistically, this little move in here should scoot along quite nicely, really, because it's the third of the third, and it will be of the third here, because this will be up for 1 and back for 2 here. So we need to be prepared for a quick move in this space here. Yeah, so there's a couple of different ways to look at this. That's all I'm saying. Let's go to the hourly in the 15 minutes. So this kind of has got both counts in them. So from wave 4 here, we've got wave 1 here and 2 here. And in this case here, we could have blue wave 3 here and blue wave 4 here, or we have green wave 1 and 2 here, and green wave 1 here, an A and a B and a C for wave 2 here, and then chuffing higher at this stage from that point there. So the other point here is we could go long here. We'll just take a closer look at this little bit here on the 15-minute chart or tick chart or something, just to understand that a little bit better and get a better edge into that. But what I do want to talk about is this number here, the 13,800, not so much the 13, but the 8 here, the 800, because we see number 8, well, I call number 8 a profit-taking number. So, and it has been hit over here, and it's you know, it's recovered and it's pushing back, so that's cool. But what I'm thinking is that we can get the arrival, the reaction in 3 waves, and then 5 waves up here for the top here, and then an ABC pattern here. So basically a classic trading levels pattern occurring across this level here. So that would be this pattern here. So if we consider this the 13,800, the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, then a corrective move, and then support over here. So that's something that could occur here. The variation on that, of course, is this one here, where we don't get that low in here. It just finds support here, so that's also possible as well. So we'll keep an eye on that. But we always buy new highs anyway in a bull market. A lot of people buy the pullbacks, and that's cool. We can do that too, but just depends on where the situation is at the time. So and what patterns that we're looking at. So yeah, so that's what I'm thinking with all of this. So let's just go in and have a little look at this here. See if I can pick something up on the 15-minute chart here. Okay, so I've already done that homework for us. So we've got 5 waves up here, an A wave, a B wave, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the C wave here. So this currently here, we've got wave 1 and 2 here and 3 here. So we need a little dance across here for 4 and then 5. If you see that occur, then you can buy the pullback. Just use your stochastics or something. But if you can't see that, then it should be in 3 waves, so we can go short at that point there. I also have to say too, because of the bearish count, a move under this low here would be a short trade. You could probably get that a bit higher up into here as well, but that's only if it fell straight down from here. Then you could also move that up into this point here, but not after it comes here. Not after it's had 5 waves up here and pulls back and then go short under this one. That's not the case. It's only if it doesn't produce wave 4 and 5 here and then just comes straight down. Well, there'll be a bounce here, of course. It will come down, bounce off here and come back again, but I'll just remove that so it's not so complicated. And that can go over here at that stage once that's been taken out there. So let's just see what happens with this. That's our little guiding light here at this point, and we can work with that. And we'll have a quick look at the FTSE. The big account for the FTSE has got a bit of a bearish connotation to it as well, so I'm a bit concerned about that. But I've put it here as a bullish count. But it doesn't have to be the case. It could certainly be bearish from here. But I can't turn bearish unless this level here, the 61 point, the 7,350 becomes the retested resistance, then we can look at it being bearish from that point, because I've got to drag it in line with the other markets, and they're still bullish at this point, but obviously this is bearish. So with this one here, I can only call the trade in if we get 7,450 as the support, which would be basically taking up the top of wave B here, which would confirm that this is an A and a B and a C wave here. I can count 5 waves in here, so we can have a low in here, but I want to see a bit more. I want to see a bit more promise here. I mean, why buy a weaker market as such, you know? Why go long in a weak market? So let's just leave this for the time being. This bigger picture here could be an A wave to here, a B wave to here, and a C wave to here, and we could see further downside from here quite easily. So I'm not prepared to move on this, be it long or short at the moment. It's just we haven't got the wind on our back at this stage with this market. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it.